GOO Online, welcome back to an extra special episode. So I think looking at it, you can tell things look a little bit different today. And that's because we've changed up completely how we're going to run the show. So today, instead of being craft, game, worship, all of that, first we're going to go straight over to our brand new segment of the show, GOO Peter.
Hey kids, welcome to GOO Peter. My name is Chrisula and I'm going to be doing the craft with you today. So today we have this bright and colourful rainbow with a cloud on top. So let's get started. So to make this bright and beautiful rainbow, we are going to need A4 white paper, and you're going to need 2 sheets of this if that's okay. We are going to need a ruler, I have a pink unicorn one, a black marker or crayon or pen, every colour of the rainbow, or you can use crayons or you can use paint if you want. You're going to need an adult with you as we are using sharp scissors today. We're going to need some sellotape and any other decoration that you wish, and I'm going to be using glitter glue for every colour that I have. So first, we start with a sheet of A4 white paper, and we are going to make the outline of the cloud. So the first thing we do is do the straight line at the bottom, like this, and then do big puffy cloud shapes. And then you're going to need your adult and cut it out. Okay, so once you've cut it out, make sure you put all of your scrap paper into the recycling bin. And then you're going to need your white paper again, and your ruler, and your black marker. Okay? And if you want to get your adult again, as this bit might be difficult as we're measuring. So I've actually got 6 different colours of the rainbow. So I'm going to make 6 different strips of paper. So we're just going to do lines down here and make sure they're as straight as possible if you can. Okay, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different colours that I can colour in with. So my first colour is going to be red, and we'll just get colouring. Okay, so once you finish colouring that, I need you to get your adult again and ask them to cut these strips out. So let's get started. Okay, now once we've done that, we have got our coloured strips and we need to put them in order of rainbow colour. So how I'm going to do mine is we're going to go red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and then purple. But what we're going to do is actually do it backwards, face down. So we're just going to get this one, red, and then put it face down over here, then orange and put it next to it like that. And keep going until it's backwards, face down. Okay. And then you're just going to make sure that they're all lined up nice and carefully, and you're going to get this sellotape and ask your adult to cut it. Make sure it's long enough, and then just get scissors and cut it off. Okay, and then okay, place this sellotape, make sure they're nice and straight, and place this sellotape over and give it a little bit of space above, and then just carefully peel that off. Okay, and then you're going to get this cloud and turn it over, and then just stick it on the back of the cloud like this. And then once you turn that cloud over, it will be in order again. And if you've got some overhanging tape, just fold it over like this. Okay, right, now once we've got that, you can get whatever decoration you want, and I'm going to be using glitter glue. And as I've done on here, I'm just going to be doing little dots on the colours, okay? But you can do whatever you want. You can put pom-poms on, or if you've got any cotton balls, you can put them on the actual cloud and stick them on to make the cloud look fluffy. But it's honestly up to you, and you don't have to do colours of the rainbow. You can do whatever colours you want, in whatever order. It's completely up to you. Then blue. And I'm just going to get this white glitter glue, which is quite sparkly, and then I'm going to put it around, just dot it around my cloud like this. They almost look like raindrops. Okay, and that is how you make your cloud. Wow guys, they look incredible. It'll be amazing to see all your artwork. So if you could ask your parents to take a picture of it and send it to icon.goo on Instagram, and then we all can have a look at them. Okay, so once we've done that, we'll put our creations down, and now we're getting ready for a game with Jacob. Bye.
Hey good kids, Happy Sunday. It is great to be with you this morning. If you don't know me, my name is Jacob and it is now time for our game. If you're new here today, we want to say welcome. We hope you enjoy this next bit. We are going to have the most fun. We're going to be playing a game called Pictionary. Here's how it's going to work. I'm going to draw something for you, but be careful because I am the worst artist, the worst drawer you have ever seen. If you don't believe me, you're about to find out. I'm going to draw something. You have to try and guess what you think it is. Here we go. Okay, here's the first drawing. Let me know when you think you know what it is. Let me just clean that bit. Any ideas yet? Any ideas? I told you I'm bad at drawing, so you're just gonna have to see if you can get it. Or would it have been better to do this? That might help. Colour in that. There we go. Give you 3 more seconds, see if you know what it is. It is a tree. Well done if you got that. Sorry if you didn't because my drawing is bad. Let's move on to the next. Okay, here we go with the next one. Just so you know, I've not done any practice before I've drawn these, so this could go anywhere. Here we go. I don't even know how to start with this one. You know, let's just go for it. Terrible. This is terrible. This looks nothing like it. Then to save it, it's a really big. Dear me. See, this is why I never became an artist. I'm sorry, this is actually the worst drawing I think anyone has ever done. I'm not even kidding. This is shocking. It looks more like a dinosaur than what it actually is. Looks like something... Oh dear. Just pretend it's all covered in yellow with a really long neck. If you didn't get it, that's all my fault. That is meant to be a giraffe. Well done if you got it. Okay, on to the next one. This is number 3. Okay, right. This is going to be terrible as well. I can already feel it. That's a good start, I feel. Do you think that's a good start? And then... Shell caramel. That's pretty good. I think that's pretty good. I'm quite pleased with that one. Do you think you've got it? It is indeed some McDonald's chips. I tell you what, I'm really missing McDonald's chips. I cannot wait for McDonald's to be open again. Well done if you got it. Okay, on to the 4th one. Let's see if you can get this one. It was going so well. And then over here we want like a... Anyone know what it is yet? I feel like that's actually an alright drawing. And then we're just going to colour this in. Just like you get it. I think you get it. Do you know what it is? I'm going to give you a really big clue. Right now, I'm just going to write the word GOO just there. Anyone know what it is? It is a GOO t-shirt. Well done if you got that right. 1 left. 1 to go. Okay, on to our final one. Now, this is the hardest one to draw yet. This is going to be like that giraffe that didn't look like a giraffe. I'm a little bit worried about this one. Here we go. Okay. Anyone know what it is yet? let me draw something to help you here. This is quite a tough one actually. It would have been pretty good if it didn't look like a train. It's not a train if that's what you first thought, although that is exactly what it looks like. It's not a train. And draw you a big clue here. I'm gonna go. And here we're gonna go. And then I need a blue. Any ideas what that is? Oh my gosh, that looks way worse when you step back and look at it. That is indeed a fire engine. Well done if you got that right. You are awesome. Awesome. I hope you enjoyed today's game. You can take that, you can do that at home. You can draw for your brothers, your sisters, your parents, whoever you want to play with. Or you could even do it with your friends. You know, you could maybe send them a picture of what you've drawn, try and get them to guess what it is using your parents' phones and social media, things like that. I'm sorry for my awful drawing. Honestly, that I'm going to be practicing how to draw a giraffe, and we'll see next week if I can do a better giraffe. Don't worry, I'll take some time to practice and to learn over this next week. And when I see you next week, we'll see if I can draw a better giraffe. I hope you really enjoyed today's game. I have. I hope you got all 5 right. Well done if you did. If not, don't worry about it. We'll do another game next week. Looking forward to seeing you soon. Have the best week. Bye.
Wasn't GOO Peter amazing? I'm sure every single one of you enjoyed it. I really hope you enjoyed the craft and the game. Wasn't that just the most fun? So straight after this, we are going to go into a brand new segment for you. A segment that I'm sure you're all going to enjoy. We've got The Greatest Dancer.
Hi, my name is Rachel. I'm here to audition for The Greatest Dancer. I am so happy I get this opportunity to share my passion with you. I'm doing one of my favourite worship songs of all time, and that is Never Let Me Go. I hope you vote for me.
My hope, it has a name, the reason I believe, and it's written on my heart. It's flowing through my veins, just like a melody. Gives me faith, so I sing. Oh, here I am, come take control. I want your will, not my own. If there's one thing that I know, it's that my God will never let me go. Oh, oh, I know my God is always in control. Oh, it doesn't shake, just like you never change. I'm in love with who you are. So in the less of me, be my identity. As I lift you up now, oh, here I am, come take control. I want your will, not my own. If there's one thing that I know, it's that my God will never let me go. Oh, oh, I know my God is always in control. Oh, oh, I know my God will never let me go. Inside my soul, I know that you are in control. Deep inside inside my soul. I know that you won't let me go. Deep inside my soul, I know that you are in control. Deep inside my soul, I know that you won't let me go. I know that you are in control. I know that you won't let me go.
Thanks for watching!
Oh, wow, guys, let me tell you, your dancing looked amazing. I know I've worked up a sweat. I bet you have too. You're all a bit smelly, aren't you? So we got to get straight into settling down now. We're going to do our newest segment, GOO Round. Over to Ellie.
Hello, I'm Ellie and welcome to GOO Round. Today's prayers. We're going to pray that the lovely weather stays this way. We're going to pray that those who are unhappy or unwell, that Jesus will be with them. We're going to also pray for our compassion children and that they feel our love. But first I'm going to ask you to find somewhere comfy, relaxed, so that we can pray together. Are you ready? Let's close our eyes. Dear Jesus, I thank you for the amazing weather you've given us and all the time we can spend in our gardens. I pray, Lord, for anyone who's unwell or unhappy, that you will heal them and be with them. And I ask, Lord, that those children who we sponsor in compassion will feel our love and know that we care for them. In Jesus' name, are you ready? Amen! Fabulous, well done. Well, that's it for me today. I'll see you next Sunday. Bye-bye.
Guys, I hope you've all enjoyed this episode. I think it's been amazing. But we're not done yet. We're going straight over to an exclusive interview with our GOO pastor, Jane Lloyd. So why don't we see what's happening over at the Early Show, this week presented by Molly Evans.
Hi everyone and welcome to the Early Show. I'm Molly and we have got Jane with us to talk about compassion. Are you ready to hear the interview? Okay, let's go. I've got the first question, and that is, what is compassion?
Hi everybody, it's great to be on the Early Show today, and I'm going to talk a little bit about what is compassion. Compassion is an organisation really that works all over the world, and it helps to lift families and children out of poverty. It works in some of the poorest countries all around the world, lots of places in Africa, in South America and India, and loads of other places as well. And so it helps families and children who are some of the poorest families in the world, and helps to bring them out of that poverty that they're experiencing in their lives. I guess when we think about poor children and people who are poor, it really means that they don't have enough money to live on. Like we are so used to being able to go out to the shops and buy what we need, which obviously at this moment in time is difficult for us even to do that, because we're faced with not enough food in the shops, not the things that we want or can get very easily at the moment. Your parents, I'm sure, can all tell you how difficult it has become just to get the basic things that we need. Well, people that live in poor countries, they don't have the money even to go out to shops, and they may not even have the kind of shops that they need to get the stuff that they really need for living. maybe they don't have toys like you have toys. I mean, you might be surrounded at home today with lots of toys that you can play with. Some of you I know like Lego, and I've been doing loads of Lego challenges, which is really cool to see. But they don't have those kind of toys in their homes. They don't have TVs. They don't have phones or tablets to go on like maybe some of you do. They don't have the internet, and wow, it's amazing what we're able to do over the internet even today doing this interview. But they don't have the internet either, so they can't keep connected like we are connected with each other at the moment. They don't have bikes or scooters. Maybe you've been riding on your bike this week in the lovely sunshine or going out on your scooter. Well, they don't have anything like that. And you know, we at the moment are having to stay at home, but you know, we have so much around us that we can use to keep ourselves entertained and to have a bit of fun still. But you know, these children, they don't have anything like that. So compassion helps these children and families in some of the poorest countries in our world. And what they do is they work with a local church that's nearby, and that church helps to provide them with food and with clothing and with education and maybe with medical treatment or medical checks that we all take for granted as we grow up in our families. And also the churches help them to learn about Jesus, which is really awesome that they do that, because really Jesus, as we know, can be our best friend. And when we are faced with times like this, especially challenging times that we're finding difficult, it's great that we can turn to Jesus and we can talk to him about how we're feeling, and you know, he makes us feel better in those kind of situations.
Fantastic. Right, so now we're going to talk about how we can help with compassion.
That's a great question, Molly. How can we actually help? Because obviously we don't live in those countries. In fact, we live a long, long way away from any of the children that compassion helps. But I think that there are some things that we can do as Icon Church, as GOO children even, and GOO families in Icon Church, to help some of the children that compassion provide for. We actually, as GOO, help 2 children in compassion. Some of you will know that. We help to support 2 children who live in a country called Haiti. And if you don't know where Haiti is, or maybe your parents at home can help you to look at where Haiti is. Maybe you can Google that on the internet and you can see exactly where Haiti is. I know we have shown you before where Haiti is, and we've got a map on the wall back at church in our GOO room. But Haiti, if any of you have been to America, Haiti's not far from America. It's just off the coast of America. So it's a very small island, and it's very, very poor. It's suffered with lots of earthquakes and stuff like that over the last few years. It's a very hot country, so they never really have a winter or a cold season. It's very hot pretty much all of the time. But we support 2 children and a girl. The boy is called John Jude and the girl is called Lud, and they are both about 8 years old at the moment. So what we do as a church, as Icon Church, is that we give money to those 2 children, their families, and that's our way of supporting them. But that money goes directly to the families, and what that money goes towards, it goes towards providing for their education, so they're able to go to school. It provides all the things that they need for school, like pens, pencils, rulers, all the stuff that you might take to school. That money will provide that for those 2 children. It also provides them with nutrition and food for their families, and also for medical checks as well. But I think apart from that, there are 2 things that we can do to help them. So there are two things that you actually could do today to help Jean-Jude and Lud. And I think that is, number one, that you could write a letter today. Now, if we had been at home at church in GOO today, then what we would have done with you as a team, we would have written letters to our two compassion children. So we would have got you to either do a picture or write a letter, so that we could then send that on. So I want you to hold on to that and save it for when we are back in church. So the first Sunday that we are back in GOO, back at church, then you can give your picture or your letter to your GOO leader, and then we can send those off to our compassion children. So that's one thing that you can do. And I think the second thing that you could do, which is awesome, is you can pray for them. Firstly, you can pray for them that, you know, God will protect them from this coronavirus. The good news today is that many of these countries actually are not suffering with the coronavirus at the moment like we are. So they are not in lockdown like we are. They've not got to stay in their homes physically at the moment. But we need to pray that God will protect them from this virus at the moment and keep them safe. So you can pray for that. And also you can pray that God would bless them and their families as well. Obviously they are living in poverty. They are very poor and they need our help, and they need the help of many people around the world. But, you know, we believe that God can still bring his blessing into their home and into their family. Okay, so that's two things you can do. Write a letter and pray for them today. And I think that is awesome, and you would be doing them so much good if you took part in that today.
That's amazing. Right, thank you very much, Jane, and I look forward to seeing your letters before we're able to send them off to them two children. So thank you for watching this interview, and now we are going straight back to Ben, so get ready for it.
Bye.
I hope you've enjoyed the show so far, guys, but good news, it's not just over yet. We're going to go straight over to the early show with Molly Evans, but before we do that, we've got a video from Compassion. Guys, I'm sure you all enjoyed watching that amazing interview with Molly and Jane. I think it was really interesting, and I'm sure you enjoyed it just as much. But before we end the show, we're going to do something that we do every week, something that you've been learning all through the week, and I'm sure by now you're amazing at it. And I'm sure your favourite day was when I did it. But now, over to the memory verse.
Let's get started. Don't worry about anything. Instead, pray about everything. Tell God what you need and thank him for all he has done. Philippians 4 verse 6.
Wow, guys, you've done absolutely amazing this week. I can't believe how well you've done. We look forward to having you back next week as always, and we will be here at the same time, the same place. Remember, if you're an adult, you can watch Icon Church online at the YouTube channel or at our web link at icon.online.church. I don't know if it came across on the bottom of the screen. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. But for now, that marks the end of the show. Thank you guys so much for watching.